Hello guys, Starscream here, back again. So, as you all know, the Forza Horizon 6 trailer just dropped, and I'm super excited for the game. Like, the game's something that I've been looking forward to for an extremely long time, and finally being able to have it, it's just going to be so cool. However, there are some things that I want, and there are some things that I don't want. And this is mainly in the scripted, except for this little chart that I came up with in Google Docs. So, starting off with the things I don't want, because that's a much shorter list, is the sheer emptiness of Forza Horizon 5. So in Forza Horizon 5, it takes place in Mexico. Pretty cool. Like you would have a bunch of cities and like a diverse landscape. Have a diverse landscape. However, you only really have one full-on city, and you have like one or two little towns, and like one or two little like hotel places, and you have the jungle, but the rest is just empty desert. Like, I don't really like that. Like, I want it to feel more like. So a game that I dabbled a little bit into was the Crew Motorfest, because I got the demo for it before I started playing Forza Horizon 5. But the thing is, that game aced the map so good. I was only able to play it for about 5 hours total, but you still had the landscapes, which are lush forests. You had lots of winding highways with tunnels, and it was just an awesome experience. In Forza Horizon 5, you really don't get that. And with it being in Japan, there's going to be a lot of amazingness that's going to come, which I'm going to get to a bit later. But yeah, just Forza, Microsoft, if somehow you're watching, please don't make Horizon Japan as empty as Horizon Mexico was. Alright. And then this one's kind of this small. I don't like the Horizon Arcade area because so the Horizon Arcade area has been an annoyance for me for a very long time, because oftentimes I like driving to places. Who knew? It's a freaking driving game. But the problem is, we had this entire you had this giant Horizon Arcade area, or like I think it was called like the Forzathon challenge in FH4, where you just be trying to drive, and then suddenly you're filled with like this Horizon Arcade pop-ups, like, get to this spot. No, wait, oh, it's going to start in a bit, and it's like, I'm just trying to drive while watching my random YouTube videos. Like, I don't want to participate in this. Well, I don't want to remove Horizon Arcade altogether. It is a really fun thing. So here's what I'm proposing. So instead of making the Horizon Arcade area in the way of the roads and all of the map, what they should do is they should have little Horizon Arcade hotspots around the map, and whenever Horizon Arcade starts, it'll start in a random one of those little hotspots. Now, I think that would be much better, and you know exactly where to find it, and then those hotspots would each have different events. Like, there's the drift one, and I think there's some other Horizon Arcade stuff that you can do, depending on, like, the arcade that's going on. So, yeah, that's what I would like. Now, things that I really want. So, new city. Tokyo is one of the single coolest cities ever. You got all of like the high-tech cities, you got all the high-tech buildings, you got all the lights. It's just a recipe for an amazing city area, because Horizon 4's city area was just pathetic. Yeah, sure, it was big, but sure, it was relatively big, but for the size of the map, not really. And it just looked so bleak, because it's like old English buildings and like old British buildings, and I don't really like that. Although the castle in it was kind of cool though. And then in Forza Horizon 5, it's the city's kind of just bland. Yeah, like it's kind of bland. Like you really don't get it that much. Like sure, it's colorful, but then there are like these little towns scattered around. But the city area in Horizon 5 is not really a city. Like I love the city area in FH5. The problem is, and like I love going around, I love driving through the tunnels, I love drifting through it. Thing is, they should have had like an actual city. Like an actual city with all of these giant buildings that you could just hoon around in. And that would have been an awesome experience. The problem is that you don't get that. You don't get an actual city. So like it just ain't as great as I would have wanted it to be. So yeah, please. If you've already got Japan's not that big of a country. They should make it the map the entirety of Japan, and they should have all of the super cool cities in it. And yeah, I think it would just be absolutely amazing. New cars. All right. So we're obviously going to get some new cars. The problem is, all right, sorry, there isn't really no problem here. So the thing is, I love the Ferrari F80. It's probably my favorite hypercar to date because of how just inherently cool it is. It's this giant thing. It has super cool headlights. It has a super cool grille. It's just a cool looking car. And also, call me crazy, but doesn't the Transformers Legacy Knockout a car mode of a toy from like 2021-ish look almost identical to the Ferrari F80? Call me crazy, but I see a bit of a resemblance there. Yeah, I want the Ferrari F80. There's some other really cool cars that we never got in the previous games that I think would be awesome. Like the Z31 would be really cool. Like, I think it's also called the 300ZX. It's just a cool looking car. It's got pop-up headlights. It kind of reminds me a bit of a DeLorean. Also, I don't like the Catfish Camaro that much. I think it looks awkward. We never got that in the game. I don't think we got like the brand new like 2024 Camaros that have like faux quad headlights. They kind of look like quad headlights, but they aren't really quad headlights. That model Camaro looks just amazing. So yeah. We also never got the Mustang 2. I know the Mustang 2 was kind of like the Mustang's worst times, but come on, if you want to add the Mach-E, which I don't even consider to be the Mustang, I always call it the Mustang Mockery. But the thing is, I don't even consider that a Mustang. So if you want to add that abomination, then yeah, you should add the Mustang 2. And I get to talk trash about the Mach-E because I am a Mustang fanboy. Okay. New customization. So, Forza Horizon 5's customization can be limited at times. Like you look at like other customization games with customization, like the Crew Motor Fest, and I think people are saying that Need for Speed had some pretty good customization. You look at Forza, and most of the cars, all you get is Forza Aero, and that's like literally it. So my solution is add a ton of different options. Add new spoilers, add new bumpers, add new like side skirts, add more roofs and hoods. Heck, add different fenders, add different exhaust, so I know the bumper affects the exhaust pipe tip, but make the exhaust pipe tip itself customizable depending on what bumper it is. Like if it's a bumper for cutouts for a dual exhaust system, then make it so you could do like two small exhausts, two big exhaust tips, four small exhaust tips. So just, they should have more customization, and it would just be such a cool thing to have in the game, and that would make me want to try the game even more. Although I'm gonna buy the game anyway because it's just a game that I'm going to play regardless. I am so excited for that game. And then another thing, non-event track areas. So I did actually get this idea from another YouTube video that I did watch before I made this one. I'll put like the name of the YouTube video up because I can't remember it at the moment. But I think it would be cool to have non-event track areas. What I mean is, normally to get into a track, you would have to go to to like an event, like a road race or a street race or dirt race, and then you would get the track area, and then you can drive around that in the event. So what I think we should have is kind of like what Forza Horizon 4 had in the festival area, in the Horizon Festival, because you had kind of like because you had like this little area that you could drive and drift around, and you could do donuts around this little patch of grass, which you wouldn't touch because real gamers don't touch grass. But still, it was just an awesome area to run around, and that's how I would always test out my cars whenever I would tune them up. I would always like make small increments, go around it, make more small increments, go around it. And it would just be such a cool place, especially when I wanted to do donuts around the little grass patch. So it was, but the thing is, I don't see like that much of it in FH5. Like, we did get the super cool drag strip with the ramp at the end, but I'm not seeing as much of like the little hooning areas, or like as much of the super cool like track area in Forza Horizon 4. That little track area is actually an actual track when you enter the circuit race there, but you can also use it without like actually being on the track. And yeah, sure, you can just drive on actual roads, but driving on actual roads isn't like as cool when you just want to hoon around. And yeah, so just having some sort of like super cool like track area or drift areas and all that stuff would just be awesome, especially drift areas, because come on, it's Japan. Japan has Tokyo, and you know what Tokyo is associated with in a particular movie? This movie's called Tokyo Drift. There's literally an entire movie called Tokyo Drift, and we're going to be in the same country that has Tokyo, meaning yeah, put some little drift spots around it. And I don't mean drift zones. I mean like full-on hoon areas where you can just do donuts, you can drift around the corner, you can like go like a full power slide into a wall. You should have just the coolest drift area ever, where you can just run around it all day and have fun. And another thing is more barn finds. So the thing is, and also better barn finds. So the thing is, in the Forza games, like when I get all the barn finds, I'm kind of like, barn finds are one of my favorite parts of the game, because you don't know what you're going to be getting, and in the game, and the things that come out, there can be like the coolest cars ever. Like back in Forza Horizon 4, there was this one barn find. It was the one Jaguar, I think it was the XJ220, and I got it from the barn finds, and it was my main track car for like quite some time, which means like 2 days, because I discovered a better track car, because that's what you do in Forza. The thing is, I still had a ton of fun with that particular car. Instead of having 15 barn finds, do more. I had like 50 barn finds, all with different cars from like the 50s, 60s, heck, even like 30s or 40s. And another thing is, barn finds aren't just limited to like old cars. People still find like 350Zs and like Aston Martin DBs in there. So add stuff like that. Add like 80s retro sports cars. Like the DeLorean in Forza Horizon 5 should have been a barn find. They should have had it as a barn find, not as this thing that you have to buy for like $10 million at an auction house. And I'm not talking about the Universal movie ones. Oh, I'm talking about the actual DeLorean DMC-12. Like that, just the standard plain old DeLorean. So you should have like 50 barn finds. And if they want to add the Z31, which is something that I really want to have added to the game, they should also do that as a barn find. Just whenever you want to add like a cool retro or classic car, you can do it as a barn find. I know, it's like, hey, and then like do like, alright, this is gonna sound crazy, but like they should do like a monthly barn finds. And so instead of like the standard same old Forza where it's like, oh yeah, you have a set amount of barn finds from launch, they should literally have like a monthly barn find. It's like, hey, we just put a random barn somewhere on the map this month, and you need to go find it and see what car is in there. And some of like the final barn find that I found in Forza Horizon 5, I was super excited for it because like, oh man, it's gonna make like this super cool retro supercar. It was a Renault. It was a freaking Renault, which was very disappointing. So instead of having like these super mid cars that no one's ever going to use, make them be like super coveted cars, like a split window Corvette C2, or do like, I don't know, a Lamborghini Countach, or like a Lancia 037 Stradale. Like all these cars are classics that you could very easily put into barn finds and have like monthly barn finds. So that would be absolutely awesome. But really, my opinion isn't that important since I'm going to be buying the game pretty much no matter what. And I'm really excited for the game. Hopefully they don't go into corporate greed and charge like $80 for the base version. And hopefully it's like 60, because it should be 60 for the... Alright, another thing that I want, that I should have added. Better price. So, with Nintendo and Xbox raising the prices and all that stuff, I feel that it should stay at $60 for the base version, $80 for the premium, for the like premium edition, like the gold edition, and then $100 for the super ultra mega super duper cool edition and Knuckles version. And so that's what I think it should stay. I don't want like $80 for the base version, $100 for like the in-between version, and then like $140 for the super ultra duper awesome super cool edition and Knuckles version. Yes, I'm gonna say and Knuckles at the end of it. So I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to like and subscribe. Bye.